This is Flying Spirit's second game of the day. They went up against Blades earlier today, which was an easier game for them. They were the higher seeded team during that matchup, although Spinergy here, I believe, are seeded higher than them. Sushant on the disc. Good cut from Samitra. Pass it to number 6. And working it well alongside the close side of the field. Number 12 on the disc now. And Sushant gets the catch in the end zone. There's a call, I believe. The Spinergy player saying that number 12 had not stepped out of the end zone before throwing. That her feet were in the end zone when she released the disc. But she had caught it outside, so that would be illegal. A throw goes up, but it's a drop, but the thrower is calling a foul. I believe she's saying that there was contact. Some discussion going on regarding the call. Disc is checked in. And the Flying Spirits, Sunil, makes the cut and does make the catch in the end zone. 1-2. Flying Spirits 1, Spinergy 2. And the pull goes up from Flying Spirits. It's a good pull, heading towards the back of the end zone. And it's just gone out of the end zone, so a brick will be called. The player with the blue headband bringing up to the brick mark. A brick is basically a call which is made when the pulling team pulls the disc out of bounds. The team on offense can choose to call a brick, and if they do, they get to walk the disc up to a specified mark in the middle of the field, about 20 meters in, which is what you see happening on the screen now. The defense is setting up. Flying Spirits seems to be going with a zone defense against Spinergy, which means that rather than stick to one person, they are kind of demarcated areas of the field to put the defenders in, and they have a few people around the person with the disc, a disc mark as well as two nearby, kind of poaching the area around the thrower. So as you can see, there are 3 people moving along with the disc, following the disc in its tracks up, and the pressure seems to have paid off because Spinergy has fumbled and dropped the disc, resulting in a turnover quite close to the end zone that Flying Spirits are attacking. So this is a good opportunity for Flying Spirits to capitalize on and convert into a point. Sushant on the disc, number 1 with the pink cap, looking towards the end zone, looking at the end zone stack. Some cuts flying off in either direction, resets it to number 77. 77 to 9. KP to 24. 24 looking for a reset, looking forward. Sushant gets it close to the end zone now on the side. A good throw towards the center of the end zone, and number 77 brings it down in the center of the end zone for another point. That's an equalizer. The score is now 2-2. Flying Spirit seems to have brought some composure and have equalized from 0-2 to 2-2 now. So Flying Spirits with the pull. Quick pickup by Spinergy, working their way up the field among the handlers. Number 28 with the disc. To 21. To Selvi. In the center of the field. Working their way up. Back to Selvi. Oop. Fumble, but she managed to keep hold of the disc. Resets it back. Flying Spirits again with the zone. Working, Spinergy working their way along the far side. Working their way up on the close side now. Spinergy number 10 with a nice overhead forehand hook. Number 18 brings it down, close to the end zone now. Travel is called. Number 21 on the disc. Flying Spirits have opted to take a person mark now, breaking the zone apart. The cup is broken up and each one has chosen a person to pick. Spinergy very close to the end zone now, but good patience, passed it back. Number 21 with the disc again. Back to number 7. Back to 21. Oh, rather low throw, but she does manage to lay out and kind of secure that pass. Good athletic grabs from Spinergy, and that is a grab in the end zone for the score. 3-2. Spinergy. Oh, I'm not sure what the call was. Stall up is the call. I'm not sure what the call was there. There were no hand signals. It was a bit difficult to say, but the disc was brought back, and another attempt at the similar kind of pass was made into the end zone, but it was a bit blady and it went out of bounds, resulting in a turnover. Sushant starting with the disc now on the Flying Spirits end zone. Nice save there from Flying Spirits. Number 9, KP with the disc, looking forward, sends it, but it doesn't quite reach. Number 8, waiting near the end zone. Communication was a bit lacking, so that is a turnover. The handler from Spinergy is walking towards the disc to pick it up. SMI is the name on her jersey. She's number 7. Call. This goes back to number 7. Sui. Believe it's S-U-I. Her name is Sui. Flying Spirits have set up their zone. kind of forcing Sui into making a certain kind of pass. She tries to go over the head, but there is a hand block, and they've turned the disc over very close to the end zone that Flying Spirits are attacking now. It's a great opportunity for them to capitalize on. The score is still 2-2. Sushant on disc. A nice throw to the back of the end zone, secured by the flying disc player, but there is a call. It's a pick call. Spinergy indicating that their defensive player was not able to catch up to the offense because somebody came in their way, hence calling a pick. So the disc goes back to Sushant. And KP brings it in for Flying Spirits, number 9 in the end zone. 3-2 is the score. 3 to Flying Spirits, 2 to Spinergy. As we see some cheers coming up for Spinergy from the sideline, good energy there. Good to see they're not easily disheartened. They are still in very much in high spirits against Flying Spirits. Some cheers going up for Utta Kebabs and Storm Chasers from the previous game. The teams are sitting quite close to where I'm doing commentary from.
Just give me 1 minute, just take a photo. Is anybody over there?
Both the teams are indicating readiness. I'm about to be joined by Bhavya from the VPI Competitions Committee. His nickname is Iceman. Number 10 on Storm Chasers. He's going to join me to help me out with commentary. He's just getting a photo because from his previous match after the Spirit Circle. Meanwhile, the pull has gone up and offense is setting up. Flying Spirits is moving towards the disc. Some affection in the form of hugs being given on the field. Not sure what that's about, but it's always nice to see. Sui with the disc, heading towards the brick mark. Flying Spirits sticking to their cup. Number 12, 26 and 9 in the cup. Good swinging by Spinergy. Some nice throws. That was through the cup, I believe. Selvi on the disc. Resets. And a call. Foul call. Some discussion, quick discussion between KP and the thrower. Play resumes. Good pressure resulting in a turnover for Flying Spirits. Very coolly now walking towards the end of the field, setting up the offense slowly. Some of the Spinergy players having to run to keep up. Good pass, good in cut by number 93. Resets to 58. Good put into the end zone, and the Flying Spirits player does bring it down, but there is a call. So here I am joined by Bhavya from the competitions committee from UPI. He is joined today by Akhil. Both of them are from Storm Chasers, and they'll be handling the rest of the commentary for this game. Here's Bhavya.
Thank you so much, Nitya. And very interesting game. Chandan has just got the disc, so the score is 4-2 to Flying Spirits. Very interesting game going on, Akhil. So the Storm Chasers have actually taken over this commentary box right now. Of course, Akhil is with the side. The match right now is, of course, as you're seeing, is Flying Spirits versus Spinergy. The score is 4-2, and there's a live stream of the UPI's Mixed National Club Championships. The Nationals, the big one, 24 teams all over India fighting it out in a 3-day competition, really competitive, and that's brought to you by UPI. Akhil, thoughts?
Such a fantastic energy here, Bhavya. It's a beautiful day here. It's quite hot, but it's not stopping any of the teams from giving their best, from giving their all. This is a really intense game between the Flying Spirits from Pune and Spinergy, I think, from Pondicherry. Both teams fighting it out. The score currently 4-2, but overall I just want to say that it's been a fantastic tournament so far, and getting to see some fantastic ultimate. Even on the other field, there's a terrific game going on, which is also available on the UPAI stream on India Ultimate. Please make sure to check it out. If you're watching the stream right now, please drop us a comment. Tell us who you think is going to win today's game. What do you think the scoreline is going to be? We're going to be reading comments out as well, and interacting with some of you who are watching. But overall, this one I feel is going to go down to the wire, Bhavya. It's not one that we can call very easily right now. Right now, maybe it looks like Flying Spirits is up, but I think it's going to go down to the wire.
Absolutely, absolutely. The pull comes in, and look at KP. KP is scampering over there. Of course, the line is Sai is on the line, Chandan is on the line, Dexter. A quick 1-2 over there, and there is a zone which is being pulled. Sai trying to get that disc, and look at that speed and chemistry. Up line, there's going to be a pass. She's let it go, and that is a score. As smooth as butter, Akhil.
Fantastic flow there, Bhavya. They did not let the zone affect their performance in any way. Even though they were trapped on the sideline, there was a beautiful swing to the center of the field, and they attacked the end zone from the other side, which was fantastic to see. What I find the most amazing part about this point is the trust that the throwers had in their cutters. Being open, just putting it into a space, not really aiming at a particular thrower, but just throwing into a space, and the cutter moving into that space swiftly. Great to see. I mean, for anyone who's watching Indian Ultimate, I think we're watching Ultimate at a very, very high level, which is great to see, and something for all of us to learn. So just want to thank UPAI for having the nationals, and also for this terrific broadcast that all of you are watching. Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to see now. It looks like Spinergy is going to be on defense. Do you think windy conditions? Do you expect that they may throw a junk or a zone?
Yeah, for sure, Akhil. I think because the wind has picked up naturally, and for the whole game, ideally, it would not be very wise to just keep on playing person defense. You have to change things around, which really helps, of course, throwing the offensive team off as well. The lines are up. On the Spirit side, they're obviously playing a strong line. You can see Ashu, you can see Ananya, you can see Sunil, you can see Shushma, Sahi, Shushant, and Messi, who's back from his injury as well. The pull's been made, is really gone outside. Floaty pull. Will it land inside on the line? Nah, just outside. I don't think they'll call a brick mark possibly, because it'll go back a few yards. Let's look at what Spinergy is doing. Selvi, a very, very pivotal player. We had a match against Spinergy, and it looks like they are playing person. They're going to try and trap the line. Shushant has picked up the disc. The force is line, and he's looking for a swing and a dump. Shushma has a nice grab to save it. Sunil, always reliable for Flying Spirits, has been playing for a long time. He's also now looking for the dump. Releases her up line to Shushant. Shushant is looking for the cuts, and that is outside. And Ashu for the easy score there, Akhil.
Great flow. I mean, good example of even though you are strapped on the sideline, that one cut that Sushma made and that one save changed the flow of that entire game. She got it on the sideline, but she didn't look ahead. She instead centered the disc, which then helped them create a very structured offense. I'm really liking the way that the Flying Spirits team is looking. They are looking like they're a team that's gelling well and putting their best foot forward. I think they've come to this nationals with a very clear intent. They want to move up seeds. They've got a fairly stacked squad. They have some players visiting, and it's great to see that they have such a fire in them to move up in in Indian Ultimate. They're a team, as you know, Bhavya, and I don't know how many of our viewers know, they're a team that started off in Pune, very nascent stages, just 3-4 years back. If you looked at this team and you look at them now, cannot absolutely make out that it's the same team. That's how much each one of these players has developed. And it's also a lot of ultimate that is happening in India. The state championships, a lot of smaller leagues in each. Is pivotal, and having that little bit of patience makes a big difference. But at the same time, I love it
and Sunil has come into a different role. Sunil actually is playing as a popper and he's no more playing as a handler. High release throw to Will. What a beautiful grab there. And again, both teams are absolutely displaying. That's Harsha, by the way. Oh, Harsha has also joined the team this time. I think this is the first tournament that they are having. First tournament that she's playing for the national for Flying Spirits. She's pretty much been out for the last couple of years, from what I've seen. Spinergy look a little down. Akhil, what do you think? I think 6-4 now. You feel the energy is a little down?
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, the score is actually just it's a game of one break, as we say in Ultimate. It's just if Spinergy can manage to get one defensive point and convert it into an offense, then it may really change the way that the team is feeling right now. Sorry if the stream was down for a bit. We are looking at all the comments, and Meera Tapse, Ambrish, Jaipuria, Ankit Agarwal. It's good to have you guys here with us. Please drop us a comment. Tell us what you guys are feeling. Ankit says that it will be Flying Spirits by 4 points. That's a good, interesting prediction, Ankit. But let's see how it goes. This Spinergy team cannot be counted out. Number Tamil, number Chennai oda Pondicherry oda team vande number count out panna mudiyadhu. Number paaka poro ipo in the team enge poga porudhu. So if any of you are watching this team from the south of India, this is a really interesting one. और जो भी हमारे भाई और बहनों हैं जो नॉर्थ से देख रहे हैं, उनका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत. आयुषी के पास डिस्क और ये पुल, बढ़िया सा पुल. विंडी कंडीशंस में ये डिस्क अभी अंदर आ रहा है और स्पिनरजी भागते हुए ये डिस्क को उठाते हुए और इमीडिएटली डिस्क को सेंटर किया. लवली 1-2 मूवमेंट. सेल्वी अगेन playing a pivotal role in the middle. अगर आपको कमेंट्री हिंदी में चाहिए या थोड़ा सा तमिल में भी चाहिए, आप प्लीज़ तमिल में प्लीज़ नंबर के कमेंट्स ले विडेंगे और कमेंट विडेंगे, and we will definitely try our best. But it's shaping up to be a really good game. As we approach half time, we are going to be, as you know, this is a 75-minute game and the half time is at 40 minutes, as there's a floaty throw up there. But again, that's what I was talking about, Bhavya. That trust that they have and just throwing the disc into space. And look at that one throw. It has completely opened up the field as Spinergy is attacking the end zone any minute now. And that's a good save there by the Spinergy player. Still outside the end zone, and it's a score. Great hold for them. Score comes up to 6-5. What do you think, Bhavya?
Absolutely. I think also apologies के अगर हमें काफ़ी सारे नाम थोड़े पता नहीं है स्पिनर्जी टीम के, we know largely, but of course और भी हमें पता चल गए हैं. तो अभी जो स्कोर किया है वो है लीला ने. सो एकदम ही ओपन खड़ी थी वो, और बीच बीच में हिंदी की भी कमेंट्री अगर हम देंगे, कोई अगर हमारे हिंदी व्यूअर्स हैं तो इन द कमेंट्स आप हमें बता भी सकते हैं कि आपको इंग्लिश या हिंदी कमेंट्री चाहिए. सो थोड़ा स्विच करते रहेंगे. और हमारे पास स्पेशल तमिलियन कमेंटेटर भी है, थोड़ा तमिलियन भी बोल सकते हैं हम, तमिल थोड़ा वो भी बोल सकते हैं. सो बीच बीच में वी विल ट्राई टू डू दैट एज वेल. सो काइंडली जस्ट स्टे विद अस. Sudu, thank you so much. It's really nice to see you. Of course, miss playing with you as well. Thanks for the shout out. If you have any questions, I've got a cramp. Oh my god.
One of the the side effects of playing ultimate frisbee in these conditions is we often cramp. Obviously, it's very, very important for us to hydrate, for all players to hydrate. And now, as you know, Spinergy is going to make the pull an integral part of the game of ultimate, which actually starts each point. And Flying Spirits on the line, 7 players on each side, a mixed gender sport, which promotes gender inclusivity and gender neutrality. Terrific pull there by the Spinergy team, received by Messi, perfectly centered to Sushant. Sushant moving the disc to his sister Sushma. Sushma with a beautiful throw right in the middle of the field to Sahi. Sahitra, ever dependable, right in the middle of the field. Beautiful throw to Messi. Messi looking forward. Nice save there by Sunil. Sunil, who I like to call Baji Rao, just moves the disc up to Sahitra. very good defense, I must say, here by Spinergy. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Flying Spirits as we have a call. If you in case don't know, Ultimate Frisbee is a sport that is a self-refereed sport, and we value the spirit of the game very, very highly. There's a certain set of rules that we adhere to, and all calls, all discussions are limited to the players who are involved in a particular conflict, and it's all to promote conflict resolution, smoother conflict resolution, and also this disc up in the air. It's a turnover. Turnover, and now Spinergy has the disc. Is it going to be a change of momentum? Is this the point, Bhavya?
Very critical point this was, and Sahi, and as you rightly said, so much of pressure. Manu now has the disc. He's looking for some dump, sends it back to Smithy. Nice swing. They're playing two handlers behind. Look at that. Oh, what a trust, and superb high release. Open again. That's a nice downfield yardage. Manu coming back, doing the 1-2, playing that pivotal role, not just swinging the disc, but also moving forward for those dump resets as well. Kanu now has it. Harsh, who's playing lefty practically, and in a high pressure situation when they could have got that break back, the man with the lefty scuba has dropped it.
You know, Bhavya, as you know, I don't know how many of our viewers know, Harsh, who has a fracture on his right hand, is actually a right-handed player. But for the last 2 months since he's had the fracture, and we have a timeout called by the Flying Spirits team. I think strategic timeout. A very good call. Very, very difficult conditions here. I mean, it's tough to stay on the field for so long. It's really hot here in Surat. For those of you who have no idea, it's close to about 36, 37 degrees. All the players, I mean, I would like to appreciate every single player जो भी यहाँ पे खेलने आए हैं, मतलब इतना जी लगा के खेल रहे हैं. और मीरा ताप से कह रहे हैं कि हिंदी में थोड़ा सा कमेंट्री करें. तो मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि मैं सारे टीम्स को एक अप्रिसिएशन देना चाहूँगा कि ऐसे गर्मी में और ऐसे कंडीशंस में इतना मतलब इंटेंसिटी के साथ खेलना बिल्कुल भी आसान नहीं है भव्या. और हम भी खेल रहे हैं तो हमें भी पता है कि कैसी कंडीशंस हैं. तो आई जस्ट वांट टू गिव अ शाउट आउट एंड अप्रिसिएशन टू ऑल द टीम्स प्लेइंग.
एब्सोल्युटली मीरा जी, आई थिंक सुशांत और सुषमा की मॉम है ये. सो बीच बीच में डेफिनेटली हम लोग हिंदी की भी कमेंट्री देंगे. जैसे अखिल ने बताया एक्चुअली कि ये बहुत ही अच्छा और स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट है, और ये स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट इसलिए है बिकॉज अगर आप अभी तक स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं और आप देख के आपको समझ में आएगा कि जो फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स का नेचुरल गेम है वो नेचुरल गेम ये पेस का नहीं है. सो व्हाट दे आर डूइंग आइडियली इज स्पिनर्जी जो इतना प्रेशर डाल रही है उनके ऊपर, सो दे आर ऑल्सो मेकिंग द सेम और अटेम्प्टिंग टू प्ले द सेम गेम. और ये अल्टीमेट में काफ़ी होता भी है. जब भी आप कोई डिफिकल्ट या कोई कॉम्पिटिटिव मैच खेल रहे हैं तो आइडियली आप दूसरी टीम जैसा फ्लो कर रही है और एकदम स्पीड और फास्ट खेलेगी तो आप भी उसी तरह से खेलना शुरू कर देंगे जो नेचुरल होता है. तो ऐसे टाइम पे थोड़ा सा काम करके आई थिंक दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड टाइम आउट टू कॉल बिकॉज just to slow things down, just to calm things down, come back into what your focus is, what your strategy is. So a good call there, Akhil.
I think दिमाग को भी थोड़ा रीसेट करना ज़रूरी है भव्या. एक फिजिकल रीसेट भी होता है, पर एक जो मेंटल गेम जो होता है, अभी हम जो मैच देख रहे हैं इट्स इन द टॉप 8 टीम्स. तो ये बहुत ही कम्पिटिटिव स्पेस है जहाँ पे ज़्यादातर माइंड गेम्स और जो मेंटल आपकी ताकत है वही ज़्यादा काउंट करता है. तो ये जो हम टाइम आउट कॉल जब लेते हैं तो वो एक हल्का सा रीसेट हो जाता है कि ठीक है, मुझे जल्दबाजी नहीं करनी है, हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी क्या है, और हम एज अ टीम एक स्ट्रैटेजी फॉलो करके डिस्क को दूसरे एंड जोन में लेके हम पहुंचा दे प्यार से, जैसे हम कहते हैं स्टॉप में, एकदम प्यार से और एंड विदाउट एनी काइंड ऑफ हड़बड़ी. So it will be interesting to watch how this point plays out. It's gone on for quite a while. It's a very critical point at 6-5 in favor of Flying Spirits and the disc with Flying Spirits. You think Spinergy will get another break and have another chance to make the scores even?
So actually Spinergy was on offense and now Flying Spirits has a chance to get that break. And मुझे लगता है कि ये उन्होंने डिस्कस भी किया होगा दोनों टीमों ने अपने सर्कल में अभी. And that is the pressure that we were just talking about. Manu with the disc, Smriti is open, but he's obviously gone for a beautiful high release. Smriti was absolutely open and she was asking for the disc, but Manu's like, no, not doing at all. I'm actually gonna get it there, and that makes the score 6-all. So pivotal, such a critical point. जैसा हम बता भी रहे थे अभी कि एकदम डिफिकल्ट एंड वायर मैच में हर एक डिसीजन मेकिंग, हर एक पॉइंट जब भी आप खेलते हैं तो वो मोमेंटम जो है पूरे गेम का इतना चेंज कर देता है. एंड जैसे आप देख भी सकते हैं अगर कैमरा पैन होगा फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स की तरफ, सो यू कैन सी दैट दे आर डिस्कसिंग पॉसिबली कि यस दैट वाज अ ब्रेक एंड वी कुड हैव गॉट दैट ब्रेक, बट नाउ दे आर गोइंग बैक अ लिटिल डिजेक्टेड, दे आर गोइंग बैक अ लिटिल लो इन द एनर्जी. एंड ऑन द अदर साइड स्पिनर्जी हैज rushed on to the line over there and they are all obviously upbeat. 6-all हो गया स्कोर वंस अगेन. अगर आप अभी स्ट्रीम पे ज्वाइन हुए हैं तो thank you so much, Pluto G from Germany all the way. A great game, watching it from UK and also Germany. That's really nice. Thank you so much for the comment. Please keep on asking us questions. Shout out to you as well, and I hope you're enjoying the stream. In case if you have any comments or any questions, we would love to share a little bit about Spinergy as well. So Spinergy is a team which actually comes from Pondicherry and Auroville. So it's a really good team. In the last few years, they've actually made some really good strides, like Flying Spirits as well. They've always been a very important team, but they were seeded 5th in this tournament at the start. Manu with the pull always has been pulling. We played against Spinergy yesterday, Akhil, and he obviously got the MVP yesterday. Sushant is going to grab that disc, looking to center it to Sunil. Sunil is now looking for those in cuts, and Ashu has just popped in, helped out over there. Nice one to Sai. Sai just keeps on coming in all day, and Shushan looking for the deep shot for Chandan. Chandan is gonna get this. Wow, what a beautiful look. 3 throws, 4 throws. Nice pop there by Ashu. Ashu got the disc, released it to Sai. Sai with the dump to Sushant, and Sushant backing himself like he's always been doing in any matches that we've seen him do. And Chandan, who's what we call a D machine, he gets a lot of Ds for his team. Got an offensive score this time, Akhil.
Yeah, I think जितना सुशांत और चंदन का गेम इम्प्रूव हुआ है, क्योंकि हम एक ही रीजन में खेलते हैं तो हमें दिखता है कि ये सुशांत और आई मीन लॉट ऑफ द फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स प्लेयर्स, बट जितना उन्होंने अपने गेम को और अपने मेंटल स्टेबिलिटी को, केपी ऑल्सो, कितना उन्होंने इम्प्रूव किया है, इट्स ट्रूली समथिंग दैट इज ग्रेट टू वॉच. फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स इज अ यंग टीम, upcoming team, and they're having a really great showing here at Nationals 2022-2023. It's great to see. The score is now 7-6 in favor of Flying Spirits. It was an offensive point and they have managed to hold it with some great flow. Great to see, but I'm waiting to see how Spinergy come back after that one.
Absolutely. In fact, they've actually got, they were 2 breaks up, and 1 break point they've already brought back, which is really nice, and that is really pivotal. The reason is because Selvi and Manu from Spinergy are really putting a lot of pressure onto the Flying Spirit side. Just a little bit about Selvi. She's pretty much regarded as one of the best players, women players especially in India, and on the line of course is Leela. You can see Smriti as well, you can see Kumari. A nice tack line as well. They've been playing this line with a lot of safety. They have a nice chemistry in this line, and उस chemistry को हमेशा आगे बढ़ के offensive flow control करके आराम से खेल रहे हैं. And उनकी strategy और उनका game play भी बहुत simple है. They've called brick. They have 3 handlers behind, ho setup, Selvi's. Selvi is as usual going to pop. The reason is because zone unhone Flying Spirits have been, it's windy, so Flying Spirits have put a zone, and naturally it's going to be a horizontal stack to mitigate that. Beautiful throw by low release throw to break that cup, and Speedy at the center. Nice quick swings. Sahi has moved up a little bit, recognizes that they're swinging it. Quick 1-2s between Smriti. And there goes Selvi. I said that's a pivotal player for that team. Beautiful 1-2s. I think this cup is really going to get tired very fast if this continues. Selvi again. Smriti looking. She's going to do a high release. Has to. Oh! And that's the pressure that they really wanted.
It's a couple of things, Bhavya. One is great defense and these windy conditions. This is how I feel like Ultimate Frisbee is different from a lot of other sports that are played indoors. The disc, this plastic disc, is controlled so much by the circumstances that we play in, that it's not just our ability, but it's also like the nature, Mother Nature, and its contribution. So right now, great conditions for Ultimate, great conditions for a competitive game, and as we can see, Flying Spirits have got another chance to have a break. It's a critical point. I think if they get this point, they'll be taking half. Ashu with the disc, looking for a beautiful pivot, and the disc is in the air, looking for Flying Spirits, and that does not convert on that occasion. I think Spinergy, has another chance, a little lucky chance there, maybe a little hasty. I would have liked to see that one holstered and maybe go for a slightly more safer pass, but I'm a safe kind of guy, Bhavya. I'm not a very risky person. I don't know, what about you? Would you have gone for that shot?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think जैसा पहले भी बोला कि डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस और डिसीजन मेकिंग जो ये इम्पोर्टेंट मैचेस में होता है वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. सो ये मैच में अगर मैं होता तो आई वुड नॉट हैव प्रॉब्ली टेकन दैट. द रीजन इज रिकग्नाइजिंग दैट हम 2 पॉइंट ऊपर जा सकते हैं, बट that's not me or you, Akhil. That's them, and they're risk takers. That's why they're playing the top 8 matches, and we're sitting and commentating outside. But nonetheless, again there's a zone, and oh my gosh, what a beautiful tee by KP. And KP is a person who gets really charged. When you see, he's really controlling himself, I think. Otherwise, on a normal circumstance, he would have gone like, come on.
And it's another D.
Oh my gosh.
This is a roller coaster of a point, Bhavya, and it's great to watch. I mean, we are still trapped near the Spinergy end zone. I think Flying Spirits is not going to let up. They're going to put another zone and make it super difficult for Spinergy. Can they make their way out of it? There's a huck there.
That's going to be it. Oh, then save it. Oh, Leela has saved that one. What a beautiful D attempt by Chandan there. And Selvi, and they should just easily do 1-2s, but no, not really. Oh, sorry, my bad. Now it's Selvi. And looking to Leela, no, not really. They should just have patience. Smriti and Smriti. Back to Selvi. What a humdinger of a point. It's going to and fro. It's great for us to watch as well from here. I'm sure on the live stream as well. It must be beautiful. Do comment and tell us. And looking for that. Oh, finally this point gets over, Akhil.
Man, मैं ये पॉइंट देखते देखते थक गया हूँ. पता नहीं उनकी क्या हालत हो रही होगी फील्ड पे इन कंडीशंस पे. तो बहुत मजेदार गेम. स्कोर्स आर टाइड. टीम्स गोइंग ब्लो फॉर ब्लो अगेंस्ट ईच अदर. एकदम मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा मज़ेदार गेम है. मुझे आशा है कि आप सबको भी बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है ये गेम देख के. स्कोर्स आर टाइड हियर एट 7-7. प्लीज़ हमें कमेंट्स में बताएं कि आपको क्या लग रहा है, कौन सी टीम ले जाएगी. हु डू यू थिंक इज़ गोना टेक दिस गेम. एंड ऑल्सो प्लीज़ टेल अस इफ एनी व्यूअर्स वांट कमेंट्री इन तमिल, इंग्लिश, हिंदी. प्लीज़ इंटरेक्ट विद अस. एक कमेंट डालिए यूट्यूब लाइव स्ट्रीम पे. दिस स्ट्रीम इज़ ब्रॉट टू यू बाय UPAI, एंड दिस इज़ द national championships in India 2022-2023 season. We have a game going on between seed 3 versus seed 6, if I'm not mistaken. So these are some of the best teams in the country, and if you're tuning in right now, there's another stream going on the same channel where Airborne is playing GK Mad. That's also I'm sure a great game to watch. We are sneaking in a look every now and then from here, because the level of Ultimate on both these fields is great. And I want to thank UPAI for bringing this stream to all of us so that we can relive these amazing moments at Nationals here in Surat. Bhavya, pull coming up by Smriti. What do you think is going to happen in this point?
I think the conditions are really windy, so if I would be Spinergy, then I would have put like some sort of a zone or some sort of a junk, but I haven't seen them do that. Oh yeah, they have. They've put, oh no, they're not. It's a person defense, and almost Sushant will, it's going to be against the wind if he goes for that shot, and knowing him, he always goes for that shot. Oh my God! Oh my God! You know, if you would have actually seen us, then literally we are under the shade, but we both got off our seat and we really fell out of that chair. What a flying grab there by the one and only Chandan, the Superman, I would call him.
My goodness, Bhavya. amazing. Truly spectacular play. His team, both teams, I think, very appreciative of that terrific effort by Chandan. I would say it's a superstar effort. For me, that was one of the moments of the day, and one of the moments of of this tournament. In these conditions, firstly taking that shot. वो शॉट लेना ही इतना रिस्की है सुशांत से, बट उसने अपने टीममेट को इतना ज्यादा बैक किया. कमाल हो गया. अमेजिंग कैच.
Oh my God! And you know what? ये इतना मोमेंटम भी इतना शिफ्ट हुआ है, इसके वजह से उन्होंने टाइम आउट भी ले लिया है. सो वी हैव द मैन हिमसेल्फ हु जस्ट फ्लू इन द एयर, ग्रैब्ड दैट डिस्क आउट ऑफ नोवेयर. चंदन, कैसा लग रहा है? क्या सोचा आपने जब ये रिलीज किया डिस्क? आपको लगा आपके पास आने वाला है?
मुझे लगा कि थोड़ा आगे जा सकती है, इसलिए मैंने उधर जगह से ट्राई कर लिया.
So amazing it was, and Tuhin, he's like, guys, please, the game is still going on. Let's concentrate over here. But as he just said, and Akhil, very critical to also understand is that the leadership from Spinergy also recognized that change in momentum. They realized that the whole Flying Spirits team rallied to Chandan, recognizing that this is a moment where the adrenaline is pumped. They immediately called a timeout. They said, okay, calm yourself down. Oh, okay, it's half. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it is half time. Yeah. Eating your own words, Bhavya. Yeah, commentators do tend to do that. But anyways,
after experiencing that kind of a point, कहते हैं ना बोलती बंद हो गई.
True. And actually, in a way, it's a blessing in disguise, I feel, for Spinergy in that case, because this break would have been needed, because if the point would have continued, I think Flying Spirits would have come up with a really high intensity.
I think जैसे Bhavya, you are the captain of the Storm Chasers team, and I think you always, whenever we are in a circle, in a huddle, like Spinergy and Flying Spirits are both in currently, you always say that it's these moments, it's these plays wherein you can really uplift and inspire your team. One person from your team doing something extraordinary, going that extra mile, I think is such a major factor in motivating and driving the team forward. So I think Spinergy, that's what they're going to be talking about if I was in the huddle, that the game is not out of our reach. We also just need this one extraordinary moment, and we are right back in this game. If I was a betting man, I would not put my money on either of these teams right now because it's too close to call. But really enjoying watching this game, and I hope that you guys are enjoying watching this game with us. Shivani Kushwaha is saying India. Yes, absolutely. भारत माता की जय शिवानी. और आशा है कि आप सबको ये स्ट्रीम बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. प्लीज़ हमें कमेंट्स में बताएं कि आपको क्या देखना है. They're calling the time, that the time is done, and we have Spinergy has to.
Yeah, it's a 7-minute half, guys. Yeah, in a 100-minute game, it's a 7-minute half.
Just a small rule clarification here, because we're in the top 8, which is this is pretty much like a pre-quarterfinal or the quarterfinals. Pre-quarterfinals. So we are. We think so. We're not sure as well. Please, we apologize if we're wrong. But this game is a 100-minute game, and because we are at a 100-minute game, given the kind of conditions that we have a 7-minute half time. So thank you for still sticking with us and watching this game with us. I hope we are not boring you too much, and I hope that you're enjoying the stream. Bhavya and I, both from the Storm Chasers in Mumbai, where people who just absolutely love this sport of ultimate frisbee, and I hope that Bhavya, I hope that the way that it's growing in India, I hope that we're able to represent India in more and more international tournaments, and I think bring this style, this kind of ultimate that we play here in India, and showcase it across the world.
Absolutely. Can't agree with you more. So because it's a 7-minute half, it's very important for the teams also to relax. But like Akhil rightly said, I think India जो है अभी, especially Indian Ultimate जो है, वो it's on the cusp of a very important time, you know, where there are more and more tournaments which are happening, more and more teams that are playing, which is really important for the growth of the sport. And you can, anybody who's in this community right now can see that the number of newer teams, newer players, newer kids that are really coming across, they're the ones who are actually. Who is it? What is it? So that community and that sport is really growing quite a bit. Yeah. So which is so important as well. And now the half time is done. So which means that we are now looking at half, which is 8-7. Flying Spirits also. Started on defense, so which means that after the half, the disc is going to go as offense to Flying Spirits.
It's a great time. This is Akhil and this is Bhavya. We're happy to be joining you for this live stream. The disc is going to go up from Spinergy now, and we are all set for the second half of this terrific game that's happening here between Spinergy and the Flying Spirits from Pune. Spinergy, of course, a team from Pondicherry, and Flying Spirits, a team from Pune. The disc is up and we are underway with the second half of this terrific nail-biting game. Sunil centers the disc to Sushant. Sushant to the ever-dependable Saitra. Saitra looking forward to Ananya. Ananya looking forward, but smart call here. The disc is in the air. That's a turnover. Pivotal turnover there, Bhavya.
Absolutely. Any advantage जो फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स के पास था वो स्पिनर्जी ने ले लिया है, और मनु के पास अभी डिस्क है. मनु ने नंबर 10 को दिया है, आराम से धीरे से फेंकना है, एंड उन्होंने अभी फेंका है वापस नंबर 28 को, हु इज अजीत. अजीत ने वापस सेंटर किया है मनु को, वापस उन्होंने फेंका है नंबर 10 को, और ये हाई रिलीज एंड अजीत ने स्कोर कर दिया है. सो विच मीन्स दैट नाउ इट्स बिकम 8-all. वी आर बैक टू स्क्वायर अगेन. सो दैट वाज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इन अ नेल बाइटिंग हमडिंगर ऑफ अ मैच.
ये जो बैलेंस शिफ्ट होता जा रहा है ना, आई मीन इफ यू आर नॉट वेरी फेमिलियर विद द गेम ऑफ अल्टीमेट, व्हाट वी जस्ट एक्सपीरियंस्ड इज अ ब्रेक. one team starts on defense and the other team starts on offense, and जब पुल होता है, जो टीम पुल कर रही है डिस्क को, they are on defense, और जो टीम डिस्क रिसीव कर रही है, they are on offense. And as we just saw, Spinergy pulled the disc and Flying Spirits were on offense, but what happened was a turnover, and because Spinergy scored that turnover, it's called a break. The score is now 8-all and Spinergy के जान में जान आ गई है वापस. उनको लग रहा है कि अभी हम गेम में हैं, हम गेम से कभी बाहर ही नहीं थे. कितना इंटरेस्टिंग सिचुएशन बन रहा है यहाँ पे भव्या.
एब्सोल्युटली. अगर आप देखोगे तो लास्ट 5 या 6 पॉइंट से स्पिनर्जी की साइड लाइन थी वो काफी क्वाइट थी. दे न्यू दैट आर कंजर्विंग द एनर्जी, और जैसे ही अभी उनको ये ब्रेक आया, they went for it. So now Ajit with the pull, beautiful pull. It's got to come back with the no, just outside the line. It's a brick call. No, it's not a brick. And they're obviously not going to take the brick because it's really gone outside on the sideline over there. Sunil slowly walking with the disc, everybody pointing towards that. There is obviously some discussion going to happen, but naturally, since it's landed outside, it's going to start from the sideline, from the point of where it exits from the field. I think there is going to be an end zone stack which is going to be called. Sunil is going to walking up with the disc. Sushant is there as the axis handler, along with his very dependable sister Shushma, both players handlers. Selvi is taking all ins, ensuring that there's nothing which is going to go on the line. She's marking Saitra. That's a beautiful matchup to also see. Selvi has recognized that, and now Sunil is looking for the dump, and nice high release to save it to Shushma. Shushma is now looking for the cuts, will dump to Shushant, and almost a D, and that's an inside break shot to Ashu, And that's a good score and a good point to hold. Very pivotal for them to hold this point to continue and ensure that the momentum goes forward, Akhil.
A lot of pressure being put by the Spinergy D line. Even though the disc was in the last quarter of the field, ये आसान पॉइंट नहीं था फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स के लिए उनको. दैट यू नो आई फाइंड सुनील one of the most stylish players that I have watched in Indian Ultimate. कितने आसानी से वो हाई रिलीज और फोर हैंड आईओ ब्रेक लेते हैं, मतलब बहुत बहुत मज़ेदार. So he had a beautiful floaty throw which Sushma timed perfectly and got to, and then after that Sushant with that terrific inside out IO forehand throw to Ashu, who was wide open. Great to watch.
Also, Akhil, what you'll realize and recognize as well is that जब भी वो flying grab किया था चंदन ने, that was literally 5 minutes, just a minute before the half. और वो momentum जब भी जो चढ़ा था flying spirits का, वो अभी एकदम normal हो गया है. So which means that it came at such a critical point for Spinergy as well. Because had that game continued at that point of time, then probably it would have been a different game altogether. So 9-8 now. Of course, the pull comes in. Dexter with the pull. It is going to be taken inside. A quick swing over there. Swing to Smriti. No, quick 1-2. It is a zone again. KP is going to play the mark. Quick 1-2s over there. Will they go for the break? Number 10. Number 0-0, that's such an interesting number to have. Number 21 with the disc. High release, and what a beautiful grab there by number 19. Aman, he's easily grabbed that. Now he's looking for someone, a dump to Smriti. Smriti swings it very nicely to 21. Gets the disc back. Selvi with that in pop cut through the cup. Now Selvi is looking for that swing. That's still good pressure. What's important? What a beautiful throw. They're breaking the cup inside out, and Leela is gonna score. That just shows the ability that the handler had. He won inside out break shot through the cup, totally opening up the downfield and backing themselves. Leela with a grab. Beautiful point. And patience as well, Akhil.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Bhavya. Patience जो उसने रखा उस point पे. He surveyed the field, didn't take any hasty decision, looked at what his options were, trusted himself, and made a terrific inside-out throw that really opened up the field. Zone का I feel यही है interesting factor कि zone में जैसे आपने देखा काफ़ी pressure बना रहता है डिस्क पे, पर जब कोई experienced handlers होते हैं, जैसे कि यहाँ पे हैं Spinergy के लिए, वो भी pressure के अंडर आ सकते हैं, बट जब वो अपने आप को बैक करके वो थोड़ा सा रिस्की शॉट्स लेते हैं और वो कन्वर्ट हो जाए तो फील्ड एकदम पूरा खुल जाता है. लॉट ऑफ प्रोज एंड लॉट ऑफ कॉन्स टू throwing a zone, but I mean, playing with Storm, you also know it's a strategy that many times works in your favor, especially in these windy conditions. So credit to Spinergy, full credit to Spinergy there as they held. The game is still tied at 9-all. Great game of Ultimate that we're experiencing over here. Thanks to UPAI again. If you're for this fantastic stream, and if you're with us, please drop a comment. Tell us, which language you'd like us to give our commentary in. Hindi, English, and Tamil are the only options that we have, unfortunately. Gujarati, we also have some Gujarati happening. Multilingual commentators here. But I hope कि आप सबको बहुत मजा आ रहा है. It's a hot day here in Surat, but no rain. Great conditions for Ultimate. That's what I would say. Some wind as the pull goes up here by Spinergy. It's 4 female ratio on the line. The ratio changes every 2 points. So we have gender neutral sport here in Ultimate Frisbee. And is he gonna save it? Oh man! After 4 efforts, great effort there by Sushant, but unfortunately a turnover. Is this a chance for Spinergy, Bhavya?
Absolutely. I think now they just need to be patient. If they recognize the importance of this point and just be patient, they will, I think, put a lot of pressure back on Flying Spirits. Selvi with the disc, looking for someone to swing. She's going to swing it back. Absolutely. Number 10, who is JD. JD looking for a high release to Ajit, who's going to get it. What a grab there by Bala, and it's a bookend for Bala. Bala was the one who actually tipped the disc a little bit, which went out of Sushant's hand, and now the pressure has suddenly changed. And this is what they say: when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Spinergy has been playing a very subdued, very relaxed game all this while, and now they've recognized there's not too much time left. They've started bringing the intensity on that defensive point, and what a beautiful finish. Selvi with that upline cut, looking for that dump back, and the trust on that teammate with a high release, and Bala getting the bookends.
Terrific, man, Bhavya. I'm so amazed and I'm so inspired after watching this game. And it just goes to show that it's such a mental game. We have to practice, of course, off the field and improve our skills. But when we're on the field, skying Sunil is not an easy thing. I mean, he has a fairly good height and he was in a good position. I feel like he was the one in front. But Bala still leapt over him and grabbed that disc fairly comfortably. Truly, truly great to watch. Spinergy now with the break. The scores is now 10-9 with Spinergy in the lead. Spinergy is now on defense, getting ready for the pull. The ratio has changed to 4 male. So as this point is going to start, you will notice that there are 4 men on the line and 3 women from each of the teams. As we get ready for the pull by Mano. Beautiful pull, nice floaty pull against the wind. The disc hanging in the air, collected by Bajirao, centered to Sushant. These guys have great chemistry, Bhavya. Sushant looking for options now. Nice their dump there to Sunil. Sahitra coming in, but looks like Smriti is, poached off of Sushma and is playing like a lane poach. Good reset there. And Sushant taking a risky shot to Chandan. Will Superman catch it again? Is it going out? Just out of reach. There's a call on that point. I think what we can see is that Chandan is saying that maybe Mano's leg was on Chandan's leg as he jumped up, which prevented him from getting all the way up. It's a foul call that is contested, so both teams agree to disagree, as you say, and the disc is going to go back to Sushant. No, it's a foul. It's contested. Look, it's turnover. No, it's not a turnover. They're just cleaning up the disc because it went out of bounds and it landed in maybe some dirt. But the disc is coming back to Sushant, who will restart the play from where he threw the disc, and the stall count will continue. As you know, the stall, we have a 10-second stall once there is a mark. The disc is now live and everybody gets active. Nice centering of the disc there from Sushant to Sunil. Sunil to Sushma now, who's looking for a cut on by Sahitra, and that is a terrific D by Mano. Mano is everywhere, man. He's in the end zone and he's in the middle of the field. Great defensive pressure. Is this point going to go in Synergy's favor? Because if that happens, they are up now 2 breaks all of a sudden from a game. The disc is in the air.
To whom?
To nobody. A little bit of miscommunication there. Patience is the name of the game, Bhavya. It's something that we were talking about. Maybe just holding on for a little bit longer.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Akhil, and also it was so important as well, that decision making and the patience that we've always been talking about, that in the important games, the important points, the players need to recognize that, और वो जब भी करेंगे आप, तो अगर आपको ये आराम से आप अगर फ्लो के साथ में डिस्क ऊपर लेके जाते तो आपको ये ब्रेक पॉइंट मिल जाता जो फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स पे और ज़्यादा प्रेशर डालता था. एंड मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि ऑफकोर्स फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स को भी थोड़ा सा पेशेंस दिखाना चाहिए. थोड़ा रिस्की शॉट उन्होंने लिया था, ऑफकोर्स ट्रस्टिंग चंदन के वो पकड़ लेंगे, बट फिर भी मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक दे शुड प्ले अ लिटिल सेफ. सुशांत is looking for Sushma has sent it to Sunil upline. It's gotten quite windy. Sahi all day has been taking those nice in cuts, and Selvi is putting a very hard mark on her. Ooh, and almost got that around D there. Sushant now is again looking for that. And there is a lane poach which they've employed every time the disc comes to the axis handler. There is another D. And Manu is on fire over there. He's absolutely got jet skis for those boots there.
Goodness, the pace on this chap is incredible. So inspiring to see. He's just flying all over the place. क्या खेल रहा है ये बंदा? It's really good to see. I mean, Spinergy really valuing this game, and it's great to see. I mean, looked like they were putting a lot of pressure on defense. But not just that. You remember what you were talking about, those few superstar moments. In this point alone, Mano has got about 3 Ds. Smithy perfectly centering the disc. Now the disc back with the superstar. Nice centering. I love the pace at which they play. I love the pace at which they move the disc. It's a very quick fut kind of a movement. It's great to see. I mean, I'm really enjoying this game, Bhavya, and I'm sure you are too. Is this going to be another breakthrough for breakpoint for Spinergy? They are right at their end zone as the disc goes up to Mano. It's bookends from Mano. Fantastic job here by Spinergy, showing what they are made of. They were, if you remember, before the half, they were 2 points down, and now they are 2 points up. The score is 11-9, and Spinergy has called a timeout.
Absolutely. I think what has happened is, post that half, one team has really showed up to this game, and it is Spinergy all the way, and Manu and Selvi are the ones who are really driving that, because Manu is literally everywhere. In this point, he got 2 Ds, which means he got the bookends as well. He dumped and released Bala after swinging the disc around, और उसके बाद में वो फटाफट अपलाइन भाग के भी गए, recognize करके, और उन्होंने score भी किया. Ajit with a beautiful around layout, quite good. Everybody who's really watching this game, so guys, please send in your comments. We would love to talk to you. We would love to interact with you. And George as well. George, yes, you said that Bala is on fire. You sent those emojis, and we totally agree with you. Bala does not have shoes. He has jet skis. He's super fast. Manu is the one, and even Bala was the one who actually did an amazing sky over there. So more and more inspiration coming Spinergy's way. Anybody who wants to talk to us, give us a shout out, please speak to us. Akhil and I will be really happy to answer any one of your questions. Again, for people who've really joined in now, just to give you a little bit of summary of the match. First half, 2 breakpoints were up. Flying Spirits were 2 breakpoints up, and now suddenly after this half, Spinergy has come to the party, and they have not just leveled the game, they have gone 2 breaks up. So in the huddle, the timeout has been called. I think Ashu is doing a little bit of a talking. I think what Akhil, Flying Spirits must be discussing is that just slow things down. If we slow things down again and play our own pace, we can control this game by playing really good ultimate. I think on the other side, Spinergy, if I would be Spinergy, I think that they would possibly be discussing that now we've got 2 breaks up. So 2 break अगर हम ऊपर चले गए हैं तो हमें अपना offense खाली अभी hold करना है. हम अगर offense अपना hold करेंगे और Flying Spirits पे थोड़ा pressure डालते रहेंगे D पे, so then they would ideally probably buckle under pressure. So if I would be either of these teams, I think that's the strategy or that's the thought process that I would have. But yes, we are outside and we can only anticipate what's happening inside. The lines are up. Sushant is there, Chandan. They've been pretty much fairly playing the same line on that offense. I think it might be a good idea to rotate that line as well, just getting a little fresh legs as well, Akhil. But Sushant is up on the line. Of course, you see Harsha, you have Shushma, you have Sahitra, you have Chandan, you have Sunil, and you have Messi, who's also showing after a bit. And on the other side, of course, you have the ever-dependable Manu, who's really everywhere. You've got Selvi, who's been playing awesome all throughout this tournament, even yesterday as well. You have Bala, you have Ajit, you have Harsh, who's still going to continue to play with his left hand whenever he gets to this, and that's Smriti, and there is Kumari. So that means they are also, I think, trying to put the pressure, because that's a very strong line on defense now.
It is, Bhavya. I think both teams recognize that we're at a very crucial stage of this game. We're in the 3rd quarter, as you would say, or maybe even the 4th quarter. I have to check what the time is, but we're in a very critical part of this game at a junction where it can really go either way. And now Sushma looking for Chandan and a beautiful look by Chandan, and that's a D. I don't think that shot was on, Bhavya. Maybe a little bit more patience on that one as Selvi gathers the disc in the middle of the field and looks to looks for her teammate. Harsh with a beautiful leap, looking for his left-handed magic. And what a save! What a save there by us, and it's another turnover. Spinergy giving the disc away. It's tough. I mean, we can't keep saying patience, because in those situations, it's very difficult to to be able to separate yourself from what is happening. Sushant now with the disc, looking for options, looking for his teammate Messi, and a blady throw for Messi. Another very risky shot there, and Spinergy making it count, and another huck. It's a huck here by Spinergy. The disc is in the air. Sushant will knock it down. I think the heat is getting to the players. Bhavya, it's tough. It's tough conditions here in Surat, 36, 37 degrees. Another shot. And it's another turnover.
This is just seeming like a comedy of errors now. Both teams are pretty much playing that I'll hug from here, you hug from there, you D from here, I'll D from there. I think now there is another D there. Chandan, the D machine, like we call him. Now it is just about relaxing, calming yourself down, controlling that heart rate, and just finishing this point. If I would be Flying Spirits, I would just hold my offense. Sushant, if I were you, I would just relax a little bit, look for that dump. He's got that dump. He's gonna get that, and that's still not inside. What is gonna happen? Chandan is just outside on the line, looking for that dump pass to release himself, and it is finally a score. My God, what a point to see. दोनों साइड से दोनों टीम एक दूसरे के ऊपर हक करते हुए, and both the teams were actually getting those Ds, and that was so pivotal. It's 11-10 now. Spinergy had few chances, 2 or 3. Spinergy had few chances, which is 2 or 3 times they got a D to get that double break, but unfortunately, Flying Spirits also realizing that it's an important point and then getting those Ds and now finally holding their offense. So which means the gap now has come back to 1 point a kill. And if you guys are hearing some background noise, then you know that, as we've been saying, that it's really hot. And because it's hot, we've actually been continuously being pushed back because there is a lot of sun which is coming onto our face as well. But anyways, coming back to the game, guys, please comments में हमें बताइए कुछ बताना है तो. What's your prediction for the finals, which is being asked by Shubham Sharma? Shubham, that's a really, really good question. And you know what? The way the matches are going on, Airborne और GK Mad का वहाँ पे match चल रहा है, यहाँ पे Flying Spirits का चल रहा है, Ambush on the line, of course. There are so many good teams. Airbenders is having a great tournament. This whole season has been amazing for them. It's difficult one to call. Dexter with the pull. In the meanwhile, KP always, you can see him scampering off, and I think $100 says it's a zone.
In these conditions, Bhavya, I would bet on zone every time. The thing is that it's a really effective zone because KP is a really good mark, and maybe, the only thing is what I don't want to happen for Flying Spirits is that if they keep doing it, they will sort of give Spinergy a chance on figuring out how to break it. But still they seem to be doing a good job of keeping the Spinergy in their own quarter. Nice swing there to Smiti. See, these are the risky throws that the zone wants. The zone wants you to make these throws. Another swing there, looking for her teammate. This is a good movement here by Spinergy. Thank you all for your comments. We have Bhakti Song saying Chandan Dubey. Yes, Chandan is having a terrific game. Shubham is also saying hi, Bhavya. So, Bhavya, please tell Shubham you said hi. Oroshri Mohanta is saying, let's go Spinergy. Absolutely, Spinergy is having a terrific game. We also have George saying, yeah, JD is on fire. JD absolutely kalakara in the game. Amazing art in this game is actually a really, really interesting game, guys. And 42 Pluto has said, love watching the game with great commentary too. Thank you so much, 42 Pluto. And that's a score. What a point, Bhavya. What a point. It could have gone either way. I think Spinergy in this case demonstrated that patience that we were talking about, and I think just walked it into the end zone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shubham, thank you so much for those comments. And hi, it's been a while that we've played together. I think you should get on the field and we should surely play a game. It's been a while. Thank you so much for all the comments as well, and shout out for the commentary team. Really good to do this. And right, like Akhil said, कि जब भी एकदम ही रिक्वायरमेंट था पेशेंस का, तभी स्पिनर जी ने पेशेंस काफी दिखाया है. स्विंग किया, होल्ड किया, कप को थोड़ा सा थकाया, then got that nice crucial upline cut with a little bit of swing, and they just moved the disc apart. And what a beautiful outside full pivot release there to score. And अगर आपने नोटिस भी किया होगा, then suddenly both teams के sidelines ने भी recognize किया कि ये इतना important point है, and both teams sidelines started talking a lot. They really started cheering their team, where they were the offensive side. Spinergy was saying that okay, patience, and the flying spirits were like get that D. So that's really good to see, क्योंकि जैसा हम कहते भी हैं इसमें कि sideline is always the 8th player on that field और बहुत critical होता है. यही कहने पे the lines are up. Of course, they've pretty much been similar lines. Selvi, as usual, is used to playing savage. She's going to be on the line. You can see Manu. You can see Bala, but Bala is just going to step out because there's been a gender mismatch. Oh no, he's going to step back in again. There is Kumari as well. There's Leela. On the other side, we have the pretty much the similar line that you've been seeing on your screen. You have Chandan, you have Dexter, you have Shushant, you have Sahi, who's just been popping in and out. Beautiful matchup to see Selvi versus Sahi this whole game. And Shushma has been really very formidable in that swing and in that handler set behind. You have Sunil, who is called Bajirao, as Akhil says. And finally on the outer side, you have Harsha, who's also been having a very good game there. So the pull is going to come up over there by Selvi, because it has to be made by a woman, because it's a 4 women line. Women matching line is what we say. The score is 12-10, and in comes Selvi for the throw. There's the pull, a nice pull, enough float on it for the team to get there. Sunil with a nice quick 1-2 yardage. Shushant looking for that center. He's going to swing it to Shushma. No, they're playing person defense, and I would like to actually see Spinergy do something a little different, just to throw Flying Spirits off a little bit as well on defense, I feel. Shushma is now looking for that huck, and Chandan is got a better position there, so he's going to get it. And it's a score against Manu. But that was a really nice score. Risky throw again, I feel, Akhil.
This is the brand of ultimate that they play. Sushma taking that shot is, what I loved about it was the calmness with which Chandan collected that disc. He was like, "मुझे चाय भी पिला दो, तो मैं पी लूँगा, disc भी पकड़ लूँगा, क्या चाहिए आपको?" I mean, compared to that absolute terrific layout that he had earlier in this game. This was a walk in the park for him. Great positioning, great trust by Sushma to give him that high release throw. So it's just overall just great to see. And the score is now 12-11, still in favor of Spinergy. But now it's a very, very important point for Flying Spirits on defense. If they do manage to get a break, then we're looking at a tied score line of 12 all. So we have we're in the last quarter of this game, with about 20 minutes to play. We're looking at Spinergy still in the lead, 12-11, and we have Sushant with the disc, who's ready to pull. Great conditions here, for ultimate. We have the sun out, guns out. Sushant with the pull. It's a really good pull there. Disc floating into Spinergy's end zone. Sniti there waiting for the disc. She centers the disc to number 12. Perfectly positioned Selvi there. Looking for an options, and Bhavya, another zone.
No surprise over there. And ये जोन डाल भी क्यों रहे हैं, बिकॉज इसके पहले के जो ब्रेक्स उनको 2 मिले थे पहले हाफ में, वो जोन के वजह से ही आए थे और स्पिनर्जी को काफी प्रेशर डाला है. बट जैसे अखिल यू सेड कि एक मोमेंट आता है गेम में जब भी टीम को समझ में आ जाता है कि अगर ये जोन है तो कैसे उसे ब्रेक कर रहे हैं या कैसे ब्रेक करना है. व्हाट अ अराउंड थ्रो टू सेल्वी. And that is what is happening Akhila right now. So Selvi is now going to look for a dump. I'm sure that she's going to do a high release. There is a big double team, and that should definitely be a double team call. And there is a double team call. You literally could see 3 people surrounding Selvi, and somebody from outside the teammate said it's a double team. And Selvi suddenly felt the sun cut out. She could not see anybody. She was like, okay, where am I? But obviously that is going to be a double team call. So जो भी यहाँ पे अभी whoever's joined the stream, तो ये एक सेल्फ रेफरीड स्पोर्ट है जिसमें कोई रेफरी नहीं होता है और दोनों टीम एक अच्छे स्पिरिट के साथ खेलती है और उसे सेल्फ गवर्न करती है. तो यू वुड एक्सपेक्ट कि दोनों टीम फेयर खेले, अच्छे स्पिरिट के साथ खेले. एंड कॉल जो हुआ था डबल टीम का, उसमें केपी का जो साइन दिख रहा है हैंड का, वो कंटेस्ट दिख रहा है. सो द डिस्कशन इज स्टिल गोइंग ऑन. But in the double team, is there a contest? There is no contest, as far as I know, in a double team.
Yeah, double team is not. It's not a foul call, so it's not one that can be contested. But in any case, maybe then
just go back to
-2.
If it's above 8, then it's going to
I think the conversation is about where the stall count needs to start, because Sushant is not agreeing with the call of double team. But it is at the end, it has been considered a turnover, and it is now with in Flying Spirit's possession. So, like we said, self-refereed sport, which is why the conversation sometimes takes a little longer. It's something that I think all teams work on. We have a 30-second time limit to resolve all conflicts. Sometimes end up taking a little bit longer, especially in such close games. If you can look at the Spinergy's body language, you can tell they're all set to try to get the disc back. Ashu now dumping the disc to Sushant. Sushant looking for Ashu again. Nice cut there by Ashu as they are very close to the Spinergy end zone. Ashu with that big pivot again to Sushant. Sushant will now again look for options, calling for some structure to the ever dependable Baji Rao, who just looks up with that swag of that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the world and he's exactly where he needs to be at home. A beautiful throw there to Sahitra, but a very uncharacteristic drop. A very uncharacteristic drop. Sahitra, I would bet 9 out of 10 times will catch any disc thrown at her. But maybe the conditions, maybe the pressure, maybe the speed of that throw. It could be any number of factors. But the disc now back with Spinergy. They have another chance to to lift the score up by another point and take it in their favor of 13-11. Really long point, a very draining point. Well, Bhavya, I'm glad that we're sitting in the shade for this one.
Surely, because we just had a game prior to this and it is really, really hot. As you heard me somewhere in between saying I'm cramping up, that's because we ran a lot, and that's exactly what these teams are doing. Praglatan is saying, let's go Spinergy with fire, fire, fire. And the way they are playing right now, they're definitely playing like fire. So double team is being called by and that's a nice high release. I think easily he's gonna get there. There's another call, and Akhil, I think as the time nears the end, which was about 15 minutes, I think, is to the game. Now I feel that either of the teams, जो team अपना calmness रखेगी और जो team will be able to keep a cool and keep their head, is the team I feel will take it. So which is so important because in these important games, in these important conditions, always the players who stay calm, hold their nerves, are the ones who always go to the end and bring it home for the ends.
Such a mental game, Bhavya. You're absolutely right. In these kinds of situations, it's critical to hold, your that steady head on your shoulders. The disc is now back with Spinergy on their sideline. It's a little bit of a floaty throw, but Selvi just brings it down with ease. Looking for options there now. The disc centered to the handler who's made an upline cut. Back to him, number 21. Looking for options. Is he going to take that throw? He has. And that is a terrific score there for Spinergy. Holding their nerve with style, with panache. And now the score is 13-11 in favor of Spinergy. Still not over, ladies and gentlemen, but definitely right now Spinergy in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. And also, जैसा थोड़े टाइम पहले हम बोल भी रहे थे that एक ही अगर स्टाइल का प्ले अगर आप कंटिन्यूसली डालते रहेंगे आपके ऑफेंसिव टीम के अगेंस्ट, सो एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम दे विल ऑब्वियसली गेट कंफर्टेबल विद इट. दे विल रिकॉग्नाइज दैट व्हाट आर द loopholes or what are those important gaps that you can break, and that's exactly what's happening. And one thing I've realized, Akhil, is that in the last 4 or 5 points, what is happening is that since there's a deep position which is happening, there is a genuine overload which is happening at the end where the wings are really drawing the deep out, and one of the handlers, after doing a push pass 1-2, is bolting down the other side because they know that the deep is already committed with one or two other players and there are too many holes to plug, and clearly they're just removing the discs. I think if you'll notice, that's pretty much what's been happening with Spinergy's play for the past few points.
It's the risk one plays of having one defensive strategy. While I agree that the conditions are really windy, it's really, I think, also important to change things up and to keep it keep it moving. We are joined here on the sidelines with a teammate, with one of the Spinergy players. If he can introduce himself and tell us how he's feeling while this game is going on.
Hello, my name is Adi. You might remember me from one of the other games commentating. It's going great. The intensity is amazing. It's really tight, neck and neck. Anything can happen in Ultimate, so we can never get our hopes too high, and we're no Spinergy often. We just turn it over at the last moments. So,
Adi, absolutely. I mean, you guys were 2 breaks down before the half. What was the sort of discussion that really happened in that half time? Because after that, suddenly the momentum has shifted. There's a 2-point lead now that you have.
well, if I told you that, it won't be a trade secret, would it?
No, but of course.
I think it was just the mentality that we knew that we had to do better, and just we wanted it. We just really wanted it. We just really wanted it, and I think that's pretty much it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Adi, for joining us. As he said, that they're hungry. They're hungry, and the team whose hunger really talks, that's the one which is coming out on this field. But having said that, while we were talking to Adi, of course, we've just witnessed a score, which means the point has now come back to a single point lead. Bajirao or Sunil with a nice floaty pass and making that grab. And with a little bit of time that's now left, what's the time on the clock, Nitya? So we don't have much time left, of course, and we are seeing Jagan also running over here, and the team has obviously already started warming up because the next match is going to start. But the good thing is that they're really adhering to the timeline. So 7 minutes to game, and what's good to see is Spinergy gets onto the line really fast. They're already up on the line while the conversation is happening in the Flying Spirits huddle. On the line, of course, is Leela. You obviously have Aman as well. You have Smriti, who's been playing really well. Selvi, pretty much playing savage. Where do you get the energy from in this heat to play every point?
Incredible fitness.
Yeah. And you obviously have number 10 as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's JD. And on the other side, you have Dexter, you have Sahi, which was very surprising. If she would have caught that, then they would have never got that break. Dexter, KP, and again it's going to be a zone. If KP is running really fast, which means there's going to be a zone coming. Chandan is there, Shushant is there, and as we predicted, there is a zone. Smriti has the disc. I think she will look to swing on the side 16. She's going to look for the dump now. Clear dump. What a beautiful swing. They're not letting the cup settle at all. Selvi coming in, recognizing that she needs to help out, popping really fast. That's JD. And now number 16 again. She came back into a swing position. Now suddenly she's gone into a popping position. Beautiful. Aman coming there. Number 19. Giving it back to number 16. Aman again. They're doing quick 1-2s. Selvi's got there. And Selvi's got to take that shot all day long. Is a Oh, that's a nice, risky shot at 13-12.
This is a crucial stage of the game, Bhavya, where at 13-12 with Flying Spirits down by 1 break, they have managed to get a turnover after Sushant went up in the air, and now the disc is in possession of Flying Spirits with Sushma in control. Nice cut there by Sahitra on the sideline now. critical that Flying Spirits maintain cool, maintain their composure, and really, convert this break. A lovely inside break throw there to Dexter. There's a travel call, I think, before the throw was made, and the disc will go back to where the the infraction or the violation happened, and play will resume. Once again, Sushant with the throw, a beautiful inside-out breakthrow to the other side of the field to Dexter, who was there ready to grab it. It's really turning out to be a game that is going down to the wire. We have 1 point deficit that's going to be that may just end up becoming even right now. Another great cut by Sahitra on the sideline. She's trapped there. Good pressure from the Spinergy defense, and KP comes in there to rescue, looking for a dump, and he calls a foul there on Aman. Ultimate, while it is a non-contact sport, sometimes in these intense games, and we teams sometimes end up getting a little bit physical, but as long as it is something that is agreed by both teams.
What is he doing?
No, there was a call.
Still a call, but
There's a
I
call.
think the turn was times. What's the call depending on that?
Yeah, it depends on the call, but the disc seems to be going back. Looks like the call was before the throw happened, and therefore was consequential, and the disc will go back to Sushant. I've also noticed, Bhavya, that whenever games are very tight, there end up becoming more calls. As a player as well, why do you think that happens?
I think, it's difficult to call that, but yes, I guess both teams want to really give it a lot. They want to play with a high intensity. So naturally, they know that they want to get the best out of it. Ideally, that's pretty much that. But I just wish I think Sushant should just show a little bit of maturity now, just a little bit of calmness. Just try and hold his offense, because his offense point is so critical for them. And he's thrown that, and that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Commentators curse, Bhavya. I think we are not. The difference is that if there was a little bit of a earpiece in Sushant's ear, you would have been able to tell him. And I don't think he would have made that throw.
Absolutely, and that just comes from experience.
Correct.
That's just something that you need to recognize. That is 13-12. You've got that break, and there's a timeout. And again, a very timely timeout there. Was it called by Spinergy? Oh, see, again they recognize that they need to bring the intensity on that defense, because they need to get that disc back. It was their offense, and it's been a turnover. And I just wish that the young kids from Pune would have shown a little bit of patience on that one. Having said that, it's a timeout, of course. Score is 13-12. हमें comments में बताइए कि आपको अगर कोई दूसरे language में भी सुनना है the commentary, तो we will talk about that as well. Of course, Akhil and Bhavya are holding the fort over here at the quarterfinals of this mixed championship, national championships of 2022-2023, which is brought to you by UPI. 24 top clubs from the country, elite level, really high intensity, amazing ultimate, all going through 3 days. Yesterday was the first day. Friday, Saturday and Sunday are the days where, of course, two grounds, all the matches on KG Farms are going to be live streamed and are being live streamed. There are games which are simultaneously going on at RIG as well, but unfortunately we don't have a live stream over there. दूसरे एंड पे भी ये टाइम आउट चल रहा है, तो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग और पिविटल गेम चल रहा है जो एयरबॉर्न और जीके मैड के बीच में चल रहा है, जो बहुत ही घमासान क्लैश है. अखिल,
just to give you a score update on the other game, the score is 13-11 in favor of Airborne. GK Mad earlier in the day beating Flywild, which is one of the top teams in India. Big upset there, and now they are 2 points down to Airborne, which is also a fantastic team from Bangalore. It's from Bangalore, am I right? Airborne is from Bangalore? They're from Chennai. Sorry, my apologies. Airborne is a team from Chennai. I was confused with Airbenders. As you can see, we do a lot of things with air.
just warming up next to us, right on the left.
Absolutely. No, this is Flywild.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So we're at a timeout here on field 2, where we have the Flying Spirits versus Spinergy game. A game that's going down to the wire, a game that is showing a lot of heart, with both teams putting their best foot forward, and it's at a point now where it's no longer just a physical game, it's a mental game. And I think जैसे आपने थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि जोन सी टीम अपने दिमाग को ठंडा रख के एकदम पेशेंटली डिस्क को आगे बढ़ाए, वही टीम ये गेम जीत के लेके जाने वाली है. We have the team setting up after the timeout. Spinergy is on disc, and as predicted, Bhavya, we have another zone here by the Flying Spirits.
Absolutely. And offense में ही शुरू किया था Spinergy ने, of course, and उन्होंने डिस टर्नओवर कर दी, बट वापस डी लेके आए हैं, which was more of an error, I would say, from unforced error from Sushant over there. Selvi with the dish, doing those quick 1-2s. Now she's going to look for number 16 again, swing it on the side, get the dump back. Beautiful movement up there by Selvi, looking for that high release back. He's going to get nice stuff over there by JD. JD's come to help out the team. Is there going to be a dump? No, there's not going to be a dump. And I think it's not safe but to play down the line, Kani, and that's a bolt up there. Sushant is also going to vie for it, but he's got this, and that is a score with Aman, and they've brought that back. Yeah, this is what we were just talking about. Precisely in Storm as well, when we actually are talking about a lot of these wire games. And by the way, जो हमारा भी मैच था उड़ता कबाब्स के साथ, वो हम यूनिवर्सल पॉइंट पे ही जीते. But that match went on for a very long time, long points, 8-7. But मोर कॉन्वर्सेशन इसी बारे में था कि पेशेंस रखना है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स एक इम्पोर्टेंस जो है रिकग्नाइज करने का कि टाइम जब आया है या गेम जब आया है तो वो इतना इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. और एग्जैक्टली यही हुआ. ब्रेक लेके आए हैं फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स, एंड दे हैड द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू मेक इट इवन स्टीवंस, बट डिसीजन मेकिंग एंड पेशेंस गिव्स इट अवे, एंड नाउ Spinergy is 2 points up.
2 points up, Bhavya. Critical 2 points, I think. After being 2 points down, at the half time, totally a mental game to come back to where they are right now with a lead of 2 points. It's going to be, I still feel it's still too close to call, because even on this point, there was a turnover. Flying Spirits had an opportunity, and they could have converted, and I think that's what Sushant is telling himself right now. I can see him, hitting his head, because he realizes that it's important for him to be in a leadership role, to show that little bit of patience and a little bit of better decision making. He's having a fantastic game otherwise, but I hope that we get to watch a terrific, enthralling end to this absolutely enthralling game. A great pull there by Smithy, and centered by Sunil to Sushant now to Sushma looking for options up the field. Really good pressure here by Spinergy, and Baji Rao somehow saves the disc, looking for options. I call him Baji Rao because the way that he wields that disc, it looks like he's almost wielding a sword. Nice cut here by Sahitra, right on the sideline next to us here in the commentary box. Sahitra looking for options as she's trapped on the sideline, throws it up to ever dependable Chandan, and Dexter comes down with it. Is this going to be a score for the Flying Spirits? Now again with Baji Rao, right? Oh, there's a call. Looks like the call was with Sushma and number 13. The disc will probably come back once the players determine if the call was consequential or not. But man, this is good flow here by Flying Spirits.
Absolutely good flow, but just wanted to come back to one point, Akhil. If you could have noticed, for the last few points, you did not see Manu playing. Because he was resting. I think they realized that why we are talking about that, of course the score has happened, the score is now 14-13, but Akhil, if you would have realized, I think Manu recognized that it's going to be really going down to the wire. Probably in that circle they might have discussed that, okay, we need to conserve the energy, we really need that pace, we need his skills, we require those pivotal player. So that's why he's rested, and now he's actually come onto the line for the first time, at least in the last few points. Just wanted to also quickly talk about how pivotal Selvi and Manu have been in this line for Spinergy, because of course Harsh is also a pivotal player, but he's been injured. He's been playing the lefty scuba for a bit, so it's not really happening for him. But on the other end as well, it's Selvi and Manu really driving, and really well supported by Bala, JD, of course, Kumari, Leela. which really shows that the team is really gelling well, playing together really well, knowing each other's game, understanding what their capabilities are.
It's great to watch, Bhavya. It's great for all of us watching this game to, I think, if any of us are ultimate frisbee players, it's great to learn from how well these people, how well both teams are playing, and how well both teams are connecting with their teammates. A lot of players playing savage in these conditions just shows their athleticism. Terrific pull here by Baji Rao. The disc going to be received by Sniti. It's now been centered right in the end zone of Spinergy, as we are joined by number 99 himself, Indian team player Sivarama Krishnan. Sivarama எப்படி இருக்கீங்க சிவராமா? என்ன சமாச்சாரம்? உங்களோட கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்படி போயிட்டு இருக்கு?
நல்லா போயிட்டு இருக்கு கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம். இது வரைக்கும் 4 கேம்ஸ் விளையாடிருக்கோம், 3 கேம்ஸ் வின் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். 1 கேம் வந்து மார்னிங் வந்து லாஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம்.
Winning and losing is a part of it, I think, Shivaram. I mean, you know it more than anybody else. You've been playing Ultimate for a really long time. இந்த கேம் கொஞ்சம் சைட்லைன் இருந்து பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கீங்களா? என்ன உங்களோட ப்ரெடிக்ஷன்? ஸ்பினர்ஜி எடுத்து வந்துடுமா கேம்? உங்க சென்னையோட நேபரிங் பாண்டிச்சேரியில தான் ஆடிட்டு இருக்கோம். என்ன உங்களோட ப்ரெடிக்ஷன்?
ஸ்பினர்ஜி ஷூரா வின் பண்ணிடுவாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
I like the confidence that Rama is showing here for the Spinergy team. Rama, very humble, player himself, and as he predicted, a score for Spinergy. என்ன இந்த பாயிண்ட் பத்தி என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க ராமா? எப்படி நடந்தது?
சடனாக கேட்குறீங்க. ஆக்சுவலாக ஸ்பினர்ஜி ரொம்ப டீப் ஷாட்டில் ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கு. பசங்கள்லாம் வெரி டால் பேஸ்கெட் பால் பிளேயர்ஸ். ஸோ ரொம்ப ஹைட்டாக போட்டு ஈஸியாக கேட்ச் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. ஆனால் ஸ்கோர் தான் இது.
அப்படியா? எல்லாரும் பாஸ்கெட் பால் ஆடுறாங்களா?
பேஸ்கெட் பால் விளையாடிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
I think that's a big advantage. Thank you so much, Rama. உங்களோட அடுத்த கேம் எத்தனை மணிக்கு?
For the next game நாங்கள் விளையாடுறோம் ஏர்பெண்டர்ஸோட.
Wow, that's going to be a really good game. Bhavya, you have a question for Rama?
Yes, I do. Rama, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I don't know Tamil, so I'm going to speak to you in English. But Rama, of course, always one of the top players in the country. Naturally, everybody who's watching the stream, or also people who are watching from outside. Rama, what do you think about the tournament overall in general? How's that experience being nationals, top teams, 24 teams coming from everywhere across the country?
Yeah, it's really exciting to play with other state players and other state teams. You usually play a lot with Chennai, Bangalore, Auroville. Like they only used to play. Now the nationals, all over the India. All the teams came to Surat. It was really fun and intense. We really love playing with each and every team.
Thank you so much, Rama, for joining us. Do warm up, of course. You've got a really interesting game coming up with Airbenders. So thanks a lot. Best of luck for that. And of course,
thank you so much.
And there we had Rama, one of the best players in Indian Ultimate, of course. A regular face in the Indian team as well, naturally. And having said that, while we were talking about this, the game is now poised at 14-13. And there is a long call, and we recognize that there was a long call. That's why we continued asking questions, because obviously we do not want to bore you by just looking at people talking to each other on that screen, Akhil.
I mean, we were just talking to Rama. Bhavya is a player who's inspired so many people in India. I still can't forget that India-Australia under-24 game where India was down by, I think it was 10-3 or something like that, and India came back to win, so much in part to the team effort, of course, but Rama had some incredible defensive points flying all over the place, and he's, if you look at YouTube, he has some terrific highlight reels from that game and many other games where he's been a game changer. So don't miss out on the Fly Wild Airbenders game. That's going to be another terrific game that's going to happen at 4:30 right here on the India Ultimate YouTube channel that is brought to you by UPAI. We're at the NCS Club Championship Finals here in India, here in Surat in Gujarat. Hot conditions, but very good conditions for Ultimate. Testing players' ability, their skill, their fitness, their endurance. As the call continues, Bhavya, not sure what the call is about, but I hope that you guys
Absolutely. I think also, while this call is happening, I think it's a much deserved break for both the teams because, as you might know, all the games which are for the top 8 teams are all 100-minute games, and 100 minutes in these conditions are really, really trying. So in a way, it's a blessing in disguise because दोनों teams को थोड़ा सा rest मिला है, और rest मिलने के बाद, which means they will continue the action, and action like how. ब्यूटीफुल समरी इफ यू वांट ऑफ द गेम. अभी तक तो आपको बहुत ही अच्छा गेम देखने मिला है. फर्स्ट हाफ में 2 ब्रेक अप थी फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स, 2 पॉइंट की लीड थी, बट जैसे ही हाफ खत्म हुआ, और हाफ खत्म होने के पहले एक ही बहुत ही बड़ा, पॉसिबली वन ऑफ द बेस्ट ग्रैब्स इन दिस चैंपियनशिप येट, चंदन उड़े और उन्होंने पकड़ा एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन ग्रैब इन द एंड जोन to make sure that momentum और वो lead flying spirits की बनी रहे. But जैसे ही half खत्म हुआ, Spinergy collected themselves calm, made themselves calm, came back and went 2 breaks up. Of course opportunity थी दोनों टीम्स के पास थोड़ा सा और उसे लीड लेने की, और जो फ्लाइंग स्पिरिट्स को अभी 2 मिनट पहले भी मिली थी, बट उन्होंने उस पर कैपिटलाइज नहीं किया है. एंड देन Spinergy came back, scored that point, and we have 14-13. But this discussion is now really going on for extremely long. And it's not even a spirit timeout. I think they're still just discussing and talking from a call. Smriti obviously is being pretty animated, trying to discuss. KP is all ears. जो एक बहुत ही डिफरेंट केपी का साइड भी देखने मिला इन द लास्ट कपल ऑफ इयर्स. जो प्लेयर्स केपी के साथ खेलते हैं, अखिल, जैसे हम बहुत सालों से खेल रहे हैं, तो यू नो केपी इज समवन हु इज रियली प्लेस ऑन द हार्ट. He's someone who's really aggressive. Pehle, of course, with the state team as well, we've played together. So at that point of time as well, you could see that he's someone who would always be like, oh. But now you can see a very calm, relaxed KP. He's open to ears, listening to what needs to be said.
Yes. No, it's a very welcome change for a player that of his caliber. That's what Ultimate teaches us. It's not just about how well you play, but as an all-rounder, how you handle conflict, which is why I love this sport. It puts so much emphasis on how we conduct ourselves on and off the field. After every game, we have a spirit timeout where we give feedback to the opponents and get feedback for our own development, both on the field and off the field. And this call is finally resolved. The call is retracted, and it is a score. Bhavya, it's been so long that this call has been going on. I don't even know who scored. So, I hope...
The score has happened by Flying Spirits.
The score is up by Flying Spirits, and I think it would be 14.
Hey, Makita,
Can you put the scoreboard up, please?
can you please put the scoreboard up, please? Thank you so much.
The other
way.
What is it? What is the score? The score is now 14 all, and 13-15. The score is that, ladies and gentlemen, that was a Spinergy score, and that was the deciding point, which is why they were taking so long. The game is concluded. Spinergy with the win after an absolutely terrific game, but fairly anticlimactic ending. But a terrific game nonetheless. Great for us to watch and be with all of you. I hope you all had a great time. Spinergy holding on to their seed of 3, and Flying Spirit staying in the 6th position here. Absolutely terrific scenes here, Bhavya. It was really a pleasure being with you in the commentary box. Spinergy, coming out with the win, but I'm sure a lot of positives for Flying Spirits to take home.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure with speaking to you as well, Akhil. Of course, we've done commentary so many times. It's always fun to do commentary with the two of us. Akhil and Bhavya were the ones who were obviously giving you the commentary. Thank you all for all your comments and all the shout outs. For the ones who've just joined us, the game has just concluded, and as Akhil said, anticlimactic end because the game was so tight, so intensively fought, and it was so hard that at the end there was such a big pause and there was a conversation because it was the pivotal point, the final point, and that has naturally gone into Spinergy's way. And Adi has just joined us because he's come smiling with a beaming smile that okay, we've won, we've come back from behind, 2 breaks down. Adi, how do you feel?
Just relief. The relief is insane. We know in other games also we were 7-2 down and we won on Universal. So going down is like become a habit apparently now. But the relief is just insane. That last call, it took forever. So I think both teams.
What was that call about, Adi?
So what I saw was that was a pick call. And I don't want to interpret it wrong. Maybe they thought something else. So what I saw from the outside was that was a pick call. So he was calling on someone, but apparently it wasn't consequential. So we said that, and then he called on the other person before, and then but that was after 3 meters, which you cannot call apparently. But the play did not affect play. Even if it did, the plays would still stand. So that was my interpretation of it. But it's okay. It happens.
Absolutely.
I think the only thing we need to work on is both teams just a little faster on calling the call.
Right.
So I think overall, yeah, it was a.
But
great-
having said that, I mean, we don't want to obviously talk about the call. The game was really great, Adi. And you know, Adi just came to speak to us 5 minutes back. And at that point of time, or 10, 15 minutes back, and I asked him, okay, how's he? He came with a half smile, with a little bit of smile, and he said, okay, but now he's coming with a